What is up, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Now, as we know, Tiger King Mania has swept America, has swept the world, really. And Netflix, just dropped a bonus episode. So, everyone had already been talking about, is there going to be a season 2? What's going on with it? And I'm sure we will see a season 2. But, Netflix decided to capitalize off it and put out a bonus episode. But let me tell you, it really wasn't that great. Let me know what you guys thought about it. But, it is what it is. I get it. It's really popular. So why not put out another episode? But it just turned out to be like an after show. Like, how they had The Walking Dead and then The Talking Dead, Breaking Bad, Talking Bad, where they just, have kind of like a podcast interviews with the cast and stuff like that. That's what this was. And the host was comedian and host of The Soup, Joel Mchale. Now, what's actually, what I found interesting about it was actually his idea. As you see, pay attention to everything popping up on the screen. He actually called up Netflix and insisted that they let him host, an episode. He pitched it to him and they said, all right, we're going to send you an iPhone, do your thing. So I get it. But you know what, Joel, I understand he wanted to capitalize on it and everything. And, he does the talk show hosting, but David Spade already beat you to it. You know what I mean? This was one episode. And he talked to Saf, John Finley, Jeff Lowe, the dude with the long hair. I think his name was Eric. I forget. Correct me if I'm wrong. He talked to a bunch of people, but in one episode. So it was real brief, real quick. But David Spade on his Lights Out channel already interviewed all of them and did in-depth interviews with all of them. And he was asking a lot of the same questions. I mean, I get it. It was a good idea. But, David Spade already beat you to it. His interviews were better. So, in the end, it is what it is. But what are you going to do, And one thing, though, that I do want to point out, though, that was, discussed on this episode, the narrative was pushed a little more to the darker side of Joe Exotic. Now, we've heard about this already. But because it's on Netflix, I'm sure it's going to get a little more attention than maybe some other stuff did. And people are going to be talking about this now. You know what I mean? And I just did a video earlier about, people. Someone came out and said, no, people shouldn't celebrate Joe Exotic. And I was saying, I don't think anyone is. I think this is just entertaining at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people were pointing out too that they felt Joe got set up. But on this, they talked about killing of animals and how the animals were still healthy. And it just kind of was on the darker side of Joe Exotic. You know what I mean? It's like, it is what it is, and it's kind of crazy, as we know, the power of the media and social media and everything. When things get trending and popular, like, the possibilities are endless of what could happen. And I hearing that Trump actually got asked about pardoning Joe Exotic, but I don't know. I don't think that'll ever happen. Everyone on the show seemed to think he should be in jail. Some felt he should actually, die in prison, and some felt, he deserves to go to prison, but he should not die in there. But all in all, it wasn't that great of an episode. You guys can get in the comments, let me know your thoughts about it. But something else, man, Tiger King related in the news that I found to be kind of funny was, if you recall, on Tiger King, we saw that Shaq had actually bought some tigers from Joe Exotic. Well, now on his podcast, I guess Charles Barkley was messing with him a little bit and saying, yo, what were you doing, man? How many times were you hanging with Joe Exotic? What's the deal with you and Joe? Was that your friend? Like, what was your guys' relationship like? And Shaq said, man, I only went there one time back in 2014 when OKC was playing San Antonio in the playoffs. I seen the sign on the highway. I stopped in, bought a couple tigers, And when I was in town another time, I went back and they said, listen, man, you should go. Things are going bad. And that was that, But on Tiger King, you seen they had the footage of Shaq when he was like, shout out Joe Exotic. I just bought some tigers. So now Shaq is trying to distance himself, and let it be known he was only there once. And Charles, or twice actually, but really only interacted with Joe once when he bought the tigers. But I thought that was kind of funny. Barkley had to mess with him. You guys know how Charles Barkley was. But all in all, what do you guys think about the episode? Drop it in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Daily videos, all different topics on this channel. Help this channel grow. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Let's get this discussion going in the comments. I'm out of here. Peace.